Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. You guys liked my January favorites video, so today I've got my February favorites video. You ready for it? I am. Let's do it. All right, so favorite number one, I'm actually wearing it. It is this sweater from After the Label. I only just started wearing it this month because February has been a cold month in Los Angeles. It's not like Chicago or like northeastern cold. Obviously, it's much more freezing there, literally freezing there, but this has been a cold winter for Los Angeles, and I find myself wearing a lot more sweaters than I ever have in the almost 10 years that I've lived here. So I've been all about sweaters. I love pastels a lot lately. Purple, like a lavender purple, has really been doing it for me. But I actually decided to add this into my favorites, not because of this specific sweater, but because of the actual clothing line, After the Label. I am obsessed with them. Funny story, one of my followers on Instagram, she would message me all these questions because she had a baby and stuff, and she'd ask me questions about her baby because our kids are kind of similar in age and everything, and we were always DMing with each other. I didn't know anything about her at all. And then one day she was like, so I have this clothing line and I'd love for you to check it out. It's called After the Label. And I checked it out and I was like, wait, I own something from this label already. You know, so I started buying more stuff from them and everything, and I decided I just love them. They're at a very good price point. I wouldn't call them affordable. They're not like Forever 21, but they're definitely not in the like $300 for a dress or anything like that. You're gonna spend a little less than $100 on their clothing, and I really appreciate that because it's all really nice quality. This sweater is so soft and cozy, and I love the color. I really just appreciate all the little trends that they're sticking with and stuff, and I don't know, it feels like a really good brand to check out because I really do think there's something for everybody. Favorite number two, you guys are gonna freak out about this again because it has been freezing. I'm all about it. It is my ta-da Uggs. There was this time in the like mid 2000s when Uggs were everywhere. Everyone had Uggs. I remember I moved to New York City in the mid 2000s to start my career, and everybody had a pair of Uggs, and I actually couldn't afford a pair of Uggs because I was like really trying to make it. So I remember thinking I wanted Uggs so bad because everybody else had Uggs, but then I was like, if I can't afford it, I'm not gonna tell anybody. Instead, I'm gonna be like, I don't want Uggs, they're so ugly. So I now have a pair of Uggs. Fast forward to mom life, and we're in what, like 2019 now? And I actually think Uggs are coming back because I saw Kylie Jenner wearing them. So is Kylie Jenner like the fashion tell-all, be-all? I don't know about that, but she's also a mom. I first bought Nikosh a pair of Uggs because as ugly as they are, I do think that they're adorable. They're so cute on kids. Like, oh, they're just these little tiny fuzzy things on these little feet. Everything just looks better when it's tiny. So I bought Nikosh a pair of Uggs because I wanted him to be warm. We were going to New Mexico for the holidays to see my parents, and it's cold there. So I bought him a pair of Uggs, and then they went on sale after the new year. And I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll buy myself a pair of Uggs too, just to match him, because how cute, right? Like, there's something about being a mom to a boy. It's like you can't really match them often. There aren't these like mommy and me, you know, outfits for moms and boys for some reason. I don't know why. I feel like there should be more, but there really aren't that many options. So I was like, well, you know what? We're gonna match our boots. That way we can be like, we're both putting on our boots. And he really does love that I have very similar boots to his. And I start wearing them often, and I realized Uggs are great. They're so warm and so comfy, and they really kind of are like the best boots. Not for fashion, you guys. They're just practical, especially when you're a mom. So do I recommend Uggs? Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Item number three. Bam, can you guys even see that? It's so dainty and cute. This is a little bangle that I got from a brand called Jenny Kwan. I have a pair of earrings from them that I love also, but I truly love this little bracelet, and I think it does go back to being a mom again. I still want to be fashionable and I still want to be cool. A lot of people teased me in the last favorites video because they're like, you're choosing stuff that I can't wear with my infant right now, or my toddler would definitely pull those earrings out of my ears and like that kind of stuff. And it made me laugh because, you know, I showed you stuff that I wear when I'm not necessarily around Nikosh. I'm definitely like working or out when I'm using a lot of the stuff, like the heels that I showed you. So now I'm trying to show you guys like my practical mom life stuff, but it's such a dainty bracelet. It doesn't get caught on anything. I get compliments on it all the time, and it's just well crafted. and I just love it. It's a really, really nice bracelet, and it's not one of those things where it's banging around all over the place and stuff. I have a really small wrist, and it fits my wrist very, very well. I love this bracelet. Moving into beauty products, because you guys know I'm gonna have some beauty products. This is the Tatcha Vitamin C Brightening Serum. You guys know I'm obsessed with vitamin C. I'm trying to, spread my wings, try other brands. That way I can recommend other brands to you. You might have seen the video I did with Yoli where she used all Tatcha products on me for my facial. So she kind of turned me on to all the Tatcha products, and I really liked them. And she recently sent me this one. So I'm really excited about it because it has 20% vitamin C in it. It's a vitamin C derivative. It's ascorbic acid plus glycerin. It's kind of a binding that they do, which is a little bit interesting to me because glycerin is a very good humectant for your skin. A lot of the time people think of humectants and they think of hyaluronic acid. That's like the go-to humectant ingredient these days, I feel like. But glycerin is kind of an old school humectant that used to be widely used and is still very widely used, actually. It's just not talked about as a hot ingredient right now. So it's a binding of vitamin C and glycerin together. And so it's a very interesting way of making a vitamin C serum because it's a humectant and it's also a vitamin C. There also happen to be 10% AHAs in this, so there's a lot of like fruit acids in it. There's some lactic acid. I love that kind of stuff. It's very similar to another vitamin C serum that I love because I do feel like that little extra boost of exfoliation really helps make your skin look glowy. Vitamin C already helps to brighten your skin, but then adding that exfoliation really helps to brighten it too. So I'm really excited about this. I just started using it. One note that I will already say is that because it's a humectant, you have to quickly put on your next product. I tend to put on a moisturizer right after I put this on, but I try to do it really quickly after because you don't want your skin to dry out because humectants, as much as they actually hydrate your skin, you quickly need to pack on the moisturizer to make sure it stays hydrated. Another note is they have a Japanese beauty berry ingredient in here, and that's supposed to stabilize the vitamin C, which is very interesting to me. I've never heard of it before. One of the problems with vitamin C in serums is that it's hard to stabilize it. So it's a very interesting concept that this berry supposedly stabilizes it. So I'm curious to see over time how this works on my skin. I'll keep you updated on Instagram for sure on whether I like it or not. Next up in the beauty products, I have this collection. I just got it recently. It is the Exposed collection from NARS, and it is so nice. I love everything about it. I feel like they've been launching some really cool products lately, but what I love the most is this cheek palette. There are all these fun colors in one palette. I love palettes. I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but I love palettes. I'm one of those people that if I get the single colors for like my eyes or for my cheeks, some of them don't get used because they get lost and I never refer to them. But if I open up a full palette, I tend to try out different colors and everything. And it also just makes it easier if you're on the go. Like when we're shooting our show, The Sass, I like to throw a few palettes into a bag and go so that we can, shoot more than one video in a day. And so palettes like this are just really, really awesome. There's a highlighter. There are these really fun colors. I'm wearing this color right now on my cheeks. These ones are very natural looking. I love a good peachy kind of color. It feels like it's very natural looking when I use it. But what I love most about the collection, besides the packaging and everything being beautiful, is that it feels like a creamy powder. I don't know how to explain it, but when you touch the actual blushes, they feel like they're a little bit creamy. And I love that because one of the problems I have with powder blush is I do feel like sometimes I need to spray like a setting spray on my cheeks so that it gives it more of a dewy look. I like for my cheeks to have a dewy look to them, so I tend to like a cream blush. So this is the best of both worlds because it feels like a powder when you put it on, but when you touch it, it feels creamy, and I love that. I kept this in the box because it's really, really cute. They also launched these lip duos. It kind of reminds me of a lip kit, I'm not gonna lie, but I love that because it's awesome. This set is called Intriguing, but they have these mini glosses in there and lip pencils, the Velvet Matte lip pencils, which are awesome. And I really love being able to buy a little set. And honestly, sometimes all you need are these little ones. I throw it into a purse and I think it's just awesome. They have a few different ones that you can choose from, but this happens to be one of my favorites because it's just the perfect nude set. All right, moving on from the beauty products, there's this. Do you even know what it is? I actually understand if you don't know what this is. It's a Bose mini speaker. It is portable. It uses Bluetooth for all of the music that you want to play on it. And it is so awesome, you guys. I was introduced to this by my mother-in-law, actually. She would bring this over when she would babysit Nikosh, and I'd get home from, whatever it was that we were at while she was babysitting, and it'd sound like there was a dance party happening in here. They'd be having so much fun with her music, and it would sound like we had our surround sound on, but she was just playing music from her iPhone onto this. And I found it to be so awesome. I was like, wow, I need one of those. Not just for times when I'm with Nikosh, like she would actually hand it to him and let him like walk around. He loves to like listen to the music on this. Obviously she'd lower it down when she handed it to him, and he'd like dance with it in his hand and stuff, and he'd get really into it. So he loved this thing. But also when we're on video shoots and stuff, I feel like this is a really great speaker to have on set so that you can play some music to really get the model in the mood and do all that kind of stuff. So it's great as a producer, great as a mom. Boom. Bows. And then last, it is Imperfect Produce. I wanted to show this to you. I started subscribing to them about 3 months ago. It is a vegetable and fruit subscription box. I actually have the smallest subscription, and I feel like it's a lot for us. I decided to do it because I saw this documentary called Wasted. It talked about how we throw away so much food in the United States, in the world in general. Actually, we throw away so much food. We throw away actually so much food that no one in this world should ever go hungry, but we do it. And one of the things that we throw away is produce that doesn't look perfect. Isn't that a crazy thought? It could be perfectly fine, perfectly tasty, but it's like not the right color, or it's like a strange shape, something like that. And instead of selling it to a grocery store, we toss it because nobody wants to buy it. And I find that to be absolutely insane. Nikosh loves fruits and vegetables. It is one of the things we cannot have enough in our house, especially the fruits. So that's what this box is. It comes from farms that are local farms. They send you some of the stuff that's imperfect. And honestly, to be completely honest, it's like not even really that imperfect. Every once in a while we'll get like a potato that's like shaped like a heart, and it's totally fine. A lot of the fruit comes smaller than you would find it in the grocery store. Again, totally fine. And I just really love the subscription. We get so many fruits and vegetables. It's forced me to start learning to cook some of the vegetables that are in season. Like lately, it's been a lot of squash. It's been a really great way for me to, test out my culinary skills and stuff. And it's actually forced us to have more vegetarian meals, which we don't do that often. And I really, really like that concept because I do feel like we should be eating a little less meat, and I feel like we should be throwing away a lot less food. So this box has been a really fun step for us because it doesn't feel like we're sacrificing anything. In fact, it feels like we've got more. So I really encourage you guys to check it out. This is not sponsored whatsoever. They don't even know I have a subscription to their box. I just really, really appreciate it, and I like the subscription. And those are my February favorites. Tell me in the comments below what you've been loving this month, and find me on Instagram because we can chat a little bit more there too, @Susan Yara. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.